And welcome back, rugby fans, to Rugby411. As always, I'm your host. My name is Joshua Shibata. And man, we are ready in week 5 of the MLR 2023 season. We are a fourth of the way through. It goes by so quickly, especially when it's so competitive, so much fun. This is going to be our rugby preview and pick'ems for week number 5. Some very interesting games and pretty tough to come with our decisions, or at least my decisions. But I'll let you know what I think right now, and hopefully I can make up some ground and get back near the top of our pick'em pool. Right now, Houston and Seattle are the two teams that are going to be on bye. 5 games. 4 of them on Saturday, 1 on Sunday. So a lot of rugby on Saturday, which is now becoming Rugby Saturday for us here in the States for Major League Rugby. So, without further ado, all kickoff times are Pacific Standard Time. Also, too, remember, you can watch every game live or later on demand on the Rugby Network. We start Saturday, March 18, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time kickoff. The Utah Warriors go into the gold mine to take on the NOLA Gold, who just pulled off the biggest upset of the season, defeating the reigning and defending New York Rugby Iron Workers. Whether or not that's going to happen again, or at least continue the streak, this will be the test. Like I said, when people are wondering why NOLA I only ranked at number 4, this will be a good test for them. Granted, Utah on my rankings is number 8, not necessarily a top-notch team, but this will definitely kind of solidify NOLA to be near the top of the power rankings if they win. I, unfortunately for NOLA, don't think that they will. I do think it's a fluke. Utah's coming off of a bye. Now, granted, Utah is a streaky team themselves. It just depends on which version of Utah you see. So this is the game that's giving me a bit of a dilemma of figuring out who I'm going to pick, but I'm pretty confident that the Utah Warriors will go into the gold mine, defeat NOLA, and again, NOLA fans might be mad that I say it's a fluke, but kind of say that win over New York was a fluke. But again, prove me wrong, NOLA fans. Prove me wrong. Next, at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time kickoff, the San Diego Legion goes over to Rugby ATL Silverback Stadium in Atlanta to take on Rugby ATL. This should be a fun game. San Diego, though, looking like the best of the best. ATL coming off of a bye, so they should be fresh. I think ATL will struggle a lot this season. San Diego, despite losing a heartbreaker to Houston, I feel they will be exerting their strength and taking out Atlanta. Now, at 4 p.m., this is going to be the MLR watch-along game for us on my channel. So again, join me on my YouTube channel. We're going to be watching the Dallas at the Chicago Hounds, the game between the last 2 winless teams in the league, which is funny because the last game we saw was between Houston and Seattle, which was the only 2 undefeated teams. Now we're going to watch the 2 winless teams and see who finally gets their first win of the season. As we say, when it comes to undefeated, now with winless, somebody's O must go. Somebody has to get 1 win, or again, it could be a tie, so technically neither one will get the win. Hopefully it doesn't happen to that. Again, this is going to be a fun game to watch, only because Dallas has been looking so much better. The change in their culture to a more physical style. Chicago is just, so close. Some heartbreak losses. Again, I feel just, a new team. I think myself, I'll be honest, speaking as a Giltinis fan, got a little spoiled that the Giltinis were able to work so well together right off the bat. I mean, first franchise to start their existence. I believe they're on like a 7-game win streak at the very start. Win their first only Major League Shield in their first year. No franchise so far has done that. Chicago could possibly do that, but the win streak is the Giltinis. So I think, LA was able to kind of put their team together a little bit more cohesively, quickly. Chicago is still kind of find that chemistry, but they're very close. With the addition of Billy Meeks, your two-time Winger of the Year for Major League Rugby, We don't know if Julian Dominguez is going to come back anytime soon because he suffered an injury. But man, if he does, that back line where you have Meeks, Dominguez, Marco Keefe, Martinez fullback. Oh, that's a lot of talent right there. It'll be a little too much for Dallas to deal with. Again, I'm still confident Dallas is going to win at least 2 games this season. It's not going to be this one. This is going to be the first win for Chicago in franchise history at SeatGeek Stadium. And again, you can join us on my YouTube channel and watch it. Watch along. It'll be a lot of fun. And now let's go over the last 2 games of the week. One last game on Saturday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time kickoff. Toronto Arrows, coming off of a win over the Chicago Hounds, goes to Segra Field to take on Old Glory DC, who came very close in defeating the New England Free Jacks, but just came up short. As much as Toronto got a win and Old Glory got a loss last week, I feel Old Glory is the better team on paper. Toronto took advantage of some miscommunications of Chicago, and all the points were scored by one player in Sam Malcolm. I think Old Glory will come out guns blazing, having the home pitch advantage as well, and I think they'll take the victory. Last game of the week is... Oh, also, this game is going to be on Fox Sports 2. So remember, guys, because this game was on Fox Sports 2, it will not be on the Rugby Network live. It will be on the Rugby Network the following day on demand. So don't think that you're going to miss out on it because you didn't see it on Fox Sports 2. You just got to wait 24 hours. Then, the last game of the week, Sunday, March 19th, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time kickoff. This will be a good one. The New England Free Jacks taking on Rugby New York Ironworkers, who suffered a huge upset to NOLA Gold. New England barely defeating the Old Glory DC, showing some class, but man, good lord, I think Rugby New York would feel very embarrassed by their loss to New Orleans. They're going to be back home in their home stadium. I think they're going to make a point with New England and really show their dominance and why they are the reigning and defending MLR champions, and why, again, I feel they should, with the exception of some major upsets like against NOLA Gold, they should be in the running for a repeat appearance in the Major League Rugby Championship. So, those are our games of the week. As always, remember you can watch them all on the Rugby Network. Don't forget, if you're in my pick'em pools, put your picks in. You got until Saturday to do them. It's going to be a fun week. Week 5, as I mentioned, amazing. We're already a quarter way through the season, but there still is a lot of Major League Rugby action later. Thank you again, as always, for watching my video. Hope you had fun with it, and I'll see you on the pitch.